Well, howdy again, folks. Listen, if you're ever RVing down in the Virginia Beach area, you got to check out this First Landing State Park. It is amazing. East of the Mississippi, I think it's one of the most diverse parks you're going to find. It has amazing hiking trails, biking trails. You see swampland, you see Spanish moss, but then you camp right on the beach. There's dunes, there's an amazing beach. It's fantastic. The swimming is great. And the amazing part is it's right beside Fort Story, which is home of the US Joint Expeditionary Force. And what you see there is one of a kind. So here's a video. Check out the park, see what you think, and as always, enjoy. So to start with, the first thing to know is the state park is divided by Shore Drive in Virginia Beach, and that's what I'm driving along here. I'm going to turn into the north part of the park where the camping is, but directly behind me you can walk across Shore Drive and into the wilderness area of the park, and it's well marked. There's lots of biking trails, walking trails, and some amazing sights. You see Spanish moss, you see lots of wildlife, you see swamps. There's a lot of variety, and it's huge. You can go for miles and miles, so there's lots to do in the park. So this first part of the park along the northern border is heavily wooded, as you can see. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's reserved mostly for tent camping. It is beautiful, it is cool, and it's relatively private. Very, very nice. So we've hit a crossroads here, we've turned north, and we're going to travel along this road on the right-hand side. And along this road on the right is a fence, and that's the fence to Fort Story, home of the US Joint Expeditionary Force. We're going to drive along this, but I'll tell you, for love nor money, I would not cross that fence, and I wouldn't recommend anyone do it. You'll see why in the next video called Warships. So we've turned and are heading westward along the northern edge of the park, and on the right-hand side is a sand dune, and beyond that sand dune, you can just walk right over it, is the beach along the shore of Chesapeake Bay, and it is absolutely gorgeous beach. And you can begin to see that this is the RVing section of the park. There are lots, they're bigger, they're fully serviced, there is a lot of privacy with each one, they're not close together, and they are absolutely gorgeous. Every few campsites they have these big walkways that go across the dunes down to the beach. They're long and they're beautiful. They don't want you walking on the dunes because they want them protected for environmental reasons. But it's a great walk and a beautiful view, and at the end, of course, is the beach. So it really is an amazing park. You got the feeling that you're in the middle of nowhere. You've got this wilderness, this swampland, and yet you've got the beach, you've got Fort Story and all the military action going on there, and yet you're only a few minutes away from major shopping in downtown Virginia Beach. You're actually in an urban area with a wilderness feel, and that's pretty unique. You've also got the Virginia Aquarium nearby, and that is something to see. You definitely want to visit that. You've got the Civil War site of Fort Monroe, where Jefferson Davis was incarcerated after the war. Over in Norfolk, you've got the Permanent Museum of the USS Wisconsin, one of the biggest battleships ever built, and that's amazing. And of course, only an hour away is Jamestown and the First Landing settlements. So there's lots to do. It's an amazing park. If you get a chance to visit, I'd highly recommend it.